Hello people, Carlito here once again, this time with a slightly longer video than normal, but what I'm going to do is show you my recent attacks, and in the past 4 attacks over the last 50 minutes I've actually made about 700,000 gold, so spread over the course of the day that's actually quite a lot. So I'm just going to show you what I've been doing to get that. So here's the last 4 attacks, 186 grand, 214, 104 and a bit more on the last one. I'll go into each of the battles and we'll see what we did. So here we go. Clan Castle troops were drawn out and I've attacked those as standard. And what I'm going to try and do with this attack, because I've got some P.E.K.K.A.s, this was the first attack of the day and I needed to get rid of the P.E.K.K.A.s. I don't want to use all of them. I actually cooked 8, I think I donated 2, and then I've used 6 because people weren't donating and I wanted to get on an attack. So I didn't want to use all the P.E.K.K.A.s, so I don't have very many ground troops, if you like, because my army camp was stuffed full of P.E.K.K.A.s. So I'll use 2 of them, and what I'm trying to do here is basically punch a hole through to the central area so that I can get that last gold storage. So I'm going to wait for these archers to bust through. Now that they've done that, I'm going to release my goblins. The first goblin was targeting the elixir, so I've moved more centrally so that they will break through the wall and then get the last gold. Not much to this really, but it was a nice easy victory with not very many troops utilised. So that's exactly what you're trying to do when you're farming. You want to get as much gold as possible, as quickly as possible, with as few troops as possible, and if you can do that you'll make a lot of gold. So here we go. Next attack, we will go for the one with 4 P.E.K.K.A.s, and I'll show you that one. So here we go. This was a slightly more difficult attack because the defences were more advanced, and partly due to the walls that this Town Hall 9's got, it's a bit more segmented. So I was testing that mine to see how much was in the mines, because this fight actually had close to 300,000 gold I think, and I ended up leaving some gold in the mines, which was a real pain in the arse, but there was not much I could do. Having 4 P.E.K.K.A.s in your army limits your ability to spread troops around the base, because you don't have as many individual troops. So the strategy with this one is to try and break into the central area, which this P.E.K.K.A.'s about to do. He's done it, and now once that's happened I'm going to release my king, which will be just another heavy hitter in terms of distracting mortar fire and such. And now I'm going to send in all my gobs. So I've sent in the goblins. They will clean out the base from a resource perspective, and as I said, I was trying to get through to these last, or at least one of the mines, because I think there was about 30 grand in each, but the P.E.K.K.A. broke through towards the Tesla and the king followed him, so that was a bit of a pain in the arse. Next attack, I'll skip the boss because that was mainly just mines, loose mines that were exposed, so we'll go for this fight instead, which is again centrally stored resources, which is a poor strategy following the wall breaker update. Back in the past, when you could distract wall breakers and you could make your base wall breaker proof, centrally stored resources they could hold their own. I used to have a similar sort of base, not to this is a crap layout, but my base would hold up quite well to wall breaker attacks. It was almost wall breaker proof, to be honest. I'd seen 30 wall breakers not be able to breach the centre, but now following the update, if you store all your resources in the centre, chances are players like me will eventually get to the middle and take every single thing that you've got, whereas if you spread your resources around the base, even if they do a lot of damage, chances are they'll leave 1, maybe even 2 resources, storages intact, which protects up to maybe 100,000 gold. So it's well advised to split resources up these days, because if you don't, this sort of thing happens. I've now entered the base and everything's going to go. And if you've been watching the video, you'll have noticed that I changed my attack from the bottom right to the top right, and the reason being, was one of those mortars was causing me a bit of a problem in terms of splash, and I couldn't break through the wall. So I changed tact and come in from the top, because from the top there was no mortar fire. So I dealt with the dragon, and then it was plain sailing all the way into the centre. So looking at the attack log, as you can see, these past 4 fights have netted me about 700,000, which is quite a good haul. I will go for an attack now. I think the video time is about to run out. You only get 10 minutes to record each session, so I don't want it to finish halfway through the fight, because then I'll lose all of the videos. So I'll call it quits. I'll continue searching. I'll show you what my next attack looks like, which might be this one. I'll decide, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.